Ottawa, Ontario, on October 29, Fisheries and Oceans Canada scientists presented a comprehensive update of the latest scientific knowledge of North Atlantic right whales and their potential for recovery to stakeholders and interested Canadians. This review was conducted by DFO as part of a Recovery P.S. Rockeford and guest speakers will be available to answer questions from the media following the announcement. Time 11:00 a.m. Location, Cap Paper, Cafeteria 1 Government Road Kapuskasing, on. Check against delivery. Good morning, everyone. Bonjour, Ohayo gozaimasu, ciao, hello, kui, shi, kon, ani. Welcome to Canada. It is our pleasure to have you here. Canada is honored to host this year's G7 Energy and Environment Ministers meeting 50 years after the G7 first came together to confer. Today, the Honourable Eleanor Olszewski, Minister of Emergency Management and Community Resilience and Minister responsible for Prairies Economic Development Canada, the Honourable Tim Hodgson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, and the Honourable Mandy Gull-Masti, Minister of Indigenous Serve. One of the early investments of Build Canada Homes is $1 billion to build transitional and supportive housing for people who are homeless or at risk of homelessness. It will collaborate with key provincial, territorial, municipal, and Indigenous partners to pair these federal investments with employing. The 16 communities receiving funding through HRI FAIR located in Newfoundland and Labrador, Prince Edward Island, Ontario, and Alberta. The communities are receiving amounts between $100,000 to $1.4 million to implement a range of initiatives that will prevent people from falling into homelessness and AC. Good morning and welcome to Toronto. It is a privilege to welcome you to this year's International Energy Agency Energy Innovation Forum, a gathering of thinkers, doers, and builders shaping the future of energy. Let me begin by thanking Dr. Bairal and the IEA for choosing Canada to host this forum. Time 10 a.m. ADT Location, Hudson Room, Debert Hospitality Centre 130 Ventura Drive, Debert, Nova Scotia B0M1G0. From Natural Resources Canada and Environment and Climate Change Canada. The G7 was created 50 years ago with the understanding that economic growth and stability and energy security are rooted in international cooperation. Now, the world is confronting evolving energy and environment challenges. In a rapidly changing and uncertain world, Canada's new government is focused on what we can control. We are protecting our communities and our country. We are building our economy with major projects and millions more homes. We are empowering Canadians with lower costs and new opportunities to help. Culture and heritage tell the stories of who we are. They shape our identities, drive our national pride, and build a more strong and united country. That is why the Government of Canada is actively engaged in efforts to safeguard our cultural heritage, including the legacy of our sporting heroes. The NFB will also take part in various activities at the festival's forum riding for industry professionals. National Feature Competition J. Purdue de Vue le Paysage B. Sophie Bedard Marcotte, North American premiere produced at the NFB by Pierre Matthew Fortin Press Kit, mediaspace.nfb.ca/epk/ilost site. Opening Night and Best Acadian Short Competition Fernand Le Père Noël by François Pierre Bro, WORLDPREMIERE produced at the NFB by Christine Aube Press Kit, mediaspace.nfb.ca/epk/Fernand's Christmas Screening, Tuesday, November 18th, at 7 p.m. at Theatre L'Escouette in Moncton International Short Film. The contraband items seized included methamphetamine, hashish, and THC. The total estimated institutional value of these seizures is $87,600. The Correctional Service of Canada uses a number of tools to prevent drugs from entering its institutions. These tools include ion scanners and drug detector. Time 8:30 a.m. EDT Location, Palais de Congrès 159 Saint-Antoine Street West Montreal, Quebec, H2Z1H2 For additional details please see Media Advisory Montreal Movement to End Homelessness. Since its establishment in 2018, the Department for Women and Gender Equality has empowered women and 2S LGBTQI+ people through programs that enhance meaningful participation in our economy. Wages work extends across government, helping departments and agencies include more Canadians in shaping and In a rapidly changing and more dangerous world, Canada is focused on what we can control. We are building our economy with major projects and millions more homes. We are empowering Canadians with lower costs and new opportunities to help you get ahead, and we are protecting our communities and our sea. The injured inmate was evaluated by staff members and transported to an outside hospital to receive treatment and has since returned to the institution. The Abbotsford Police Department and the institution are presently investigating the incident. The assailants have been identified, and the proper. Toronto, on October 30th to 31st, 2025, the Honourable Tim Hodgson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, will co-host the G7 Energy and Environment Ministers meeting in Toronto with the Honourable Julie Deberson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change. EMM events are only open to media present. Canada is at a pivotal moment in history. Faced with global volatility, a changing environment and an affordability crisis, it is clear that the conventional ways of doing business no longer serve us. Canada must undertake bold and decisive action when it comes to retooling our economy and protecting. Today, the Honourable Tim Hodgson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, announced more than $11 million toward cutting-edge, made-in-Canada carbon utilization and storage technologies. Through the Energy Innovation Program's carbon capture, utilization and storage research, development and demo. Today, the Canadian Coast Guard announced the official start of construction of its nearshore fishery research vessel at Chantier Naval Forillon in Gaspé, Quebec, and celebrated the completion of Canadian Coast Guard ship Bay de Gaspé, the 10th and final new search and rescue lifeboat built by the. Yesterday, the Honourable Maninder Sidhu, Minister of International Trade, met with Gon Kim Yong, Singapore's Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Trade and Industry, in Singapore. Minister Sidhu and Deputy Prime Minister Gon spoke about advancing key Canadian interests and identifying new opportunities. Tomorrow, at a ceremony in Ottawa, General Jenny Kerrigan, Chief of the Defence Staff, and Chief Warrant Officer Bob McCann, Canadian Armed Forces Chief Warrant Officer, will deliver a formal apology on behalf of the CAF to current and former CAF members and their families who have experienced RAC.